Hi Libra, Jen here. We're gonna go ahead and do a really deep dive for May. We're gonna pull some oracle cards. We're gonna pull some tarot cards, angel and ancestor cards, Akashic truth oracle cards, and some from between the lines to really start it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear the energy here for you, Libra. If you're feeling any anxiety, any issues, now's the time to clear that energy while we get into your reading. I'm going to cleanse the cards here, and I'm just going to let that burn throughout your reading, okay? Let's go ahead and tap in with some between the lines clarifying oracle cards here and see what Spirit has for you for the month of May. Anything that Libra should know for the month of May 2025. That one jumped out. We have intimidated. Okay. What could you be feeling intimidated about, Libra? Whatever is intimidating you through this time, I want you to try to release that. Now, it can also be someone around you, because this is a deep dive. This is the energies that are coming towards you in May, okay? So feeling intimidated. Let's see. Relationship material. Some of you could be diving in or looking to dive into a relationship, and that can be very intimidating. You know, when you've been hurt in the past, or you've tried in the past, or just have a general anxious feeling regarding any sort of relationship. It can be love, it can be friendships, you know, that can be quite intimidating, right? Let's see. Oh, that one. And health. Okay, so we have 3 messages coming off the back for May. We have intimidated, relationship material, and health. Okay, so for some of you, if you are due for those annual visits, if there is a health concern that you've been kind of putting off, now is the time to really, you know, tap into that. I'm not giving any health advice, but it's always good, you know, to not ignore those aches, those pains. I see for some of you, you might be suffering from eye issues, maybe like vision issues, headaches, even back pain, things of that nature. When it comes to relationship material, I think for some of you, you might have been asking yourself, you know, am I relationship material? Or should I just be alone? You know, I do get a sense that for some of you, because I'm tapping in intuitively now, that you have been either single for a long time or just not really looking to dive into a relationship right now. And maybe that has you second guessing yourself. Am I relationship material? If others of you are in a relationship, maybe you're questioning what you bring to the table in the relationship. Are you relationship material? You know, is this something that that is working for you? And it could, you know, have you been intimidated? I mean, with the intimidation card, this can go right underneath. You might be intimidated to go meet up with your doctor. You might be intimidated to have conversations with maybe your significant other, or friendships, family, you know, things of that nature. But we're gonna go ahead and dive in really deeply with this, okay? Let's go ahead and pull some tarot here for Libra for the month of May. Off the back, we have King of Pentacles. Beautiful energy. Now, this can be you or the energy of the card. This is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy, Earth sign energy. King of Pentacles is someone who, you know, he knows about his money. He knows the ins and outs when it comes to financials. Some of you could work in a bank or have to work when it comes to finances, things with money. Let's see. Oh my goodness. You have the 9 of Pentacles. Wow. So it looks like off the back, I'm going to pull another one, but heavy on the finance. So finances is going to be front and center for May here. front and center. And I just want to point out too that Pentacles is not only about finances, it's about material. It's about worldly things, you know, how you make your money, how are you staying healthy, you know, because health is wealth as well. So definitely front and center with finances and health here. Three of Pentacles, more Pentacles. Oh my goodness, Libra. Yeah, we are definitely tapping into finances here. Finances, money, material, health. Let me get a clarifier for the King of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Oh, that one came right out. Clarifying the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Sun. And clarifying the Three of Pentacles, you have Temperance. So give me 1 second here, Libra. This is such a beautiful energy because right here you have the King of Pentacles. And I kind of get the energy that this is maybe someone in your energy that's helping you, assisting you, giving you financial advice. It can even be spiritual advice as well. But this is someone who's very, very wise, okay? He knows his way around the material realm. When we're speaking of 3D, 5D, this is more someone who's more grounded in the 3D material world. With him facing the Nine of Pentacles, I mean, literally, you go from the King of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles, I mean, you know, she's also someone that is very established. She has no worries, really. And then you have here facing the Three of Pentacles, which to me is about working together. You know, it's about apprenticeship as well. Clarifying the King of Pentacles, you have the Five of Pentacles. So for some of you, there could be someone in your energy that is assisting you through some sort of financial burden, or maybe has assisted you previously through some financial burden as well. Whatever the case may be, this is a very prominent person here. This is someone of great importance in your energy, you know, either previously or actually right now. This is someone who helped you a great deal with either advice, finances. You know, with the Nine of Pentacles and you have the Sun clarifying, it really brought you out of a situation that might have been, you know, intimidating, right? It might have been intimidating. For some of you, I'm getting a close call even. I'm even getting a close call regarding your health. Now, this person here, this can even be a doctor as well that assisted you. Very specifically, there could have been a diagnosis or something that, you know, no one else just could figure out, and this person could. You know, the Sun is the happiest card in the deck, and when I see the Sun clarifying the Nine of Pentacles, that lets me know that something was brought into light. Something that gave you new life as well. If some of you are recovering from an illness, you know, a health-related illness of some sort, Temperance with the Three of Pentacles lets me know to take it a bit easy, okay? Everything in moderation. Because I see for some of you, you're either going back to work or you're making plans about something. Now, in regards to love, you know, with the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, you could have been having a rough patch with a significant other, you know. It could have been going through hardships. I even feel for some of you that it had something to do with finances, where it really wasn't the chemistry of a connection. Maybe some financial issues got in the way. And maybe for some of you, you've either run into some money, or, you know, something really brought light that allows you to move forward and begin to work together again. In harmony. Temperance, to me, it gives me harmony. Let's see. Let's get some more clarifiers here. We're going to use the Light Seers deck. Let's get a clarifier for the King of Pentacles. Who might be that King of Pentacles? Because it's right up under that Five of Pentacles. This is someone I feel that's very important, and it can be male or female. It's just the energy of the card. Whoever this is, they're just very either business savvy, they're on top of their health. It's like they have their life together. And this person, you could have been going through hardships with this person, or this person could have helped you. Eight of Pentacles, yeah. You guys are working together on something. And I think it brought you out of that hardship. Whoever this is a star player in your life. And you can take it as it resonates. But the Eight of Pentacles clarifying the King with the Five of Pentacles lets me know that this is some sort of dynamic that you've really worked hard with. Eight of Pentacles is about mastery. So for some of you, like I said, you could have been involved, if this has to do with love, you could have been involved with someone where maybe your finances were a bit rocky, and you guys had to really like come up with a plan, come up with a solution, come up with a way to get your finances in order. If it was a situation where you guys were going through a financial struggle together, you guys actually worked it out with that Eight of Pentacles. You guys mastered that. And here comes the Sun. Here comes the Nine of Pentacles. You know, she's just short one pentacle. But she's free-flowing. She has everything she needs. She has the grapes to drink from. She has her pentacles. Yellow is also a happy color as well. Let's clarify this Nine of Pentacles and this Sun card. High Priestess. Libra, did you tap in? Did you go within? You guys went within, and I think you trusted your intuition with this situation, whatever it may be. You got yourself out of a hole. And if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen, where you're actually tapping into the divine. You're using your gifts. For some of you, you could actually be psychic. You could get those psychic downloads, those psychic hits. Things can become illuminated for you. You can have an aha moment. But the High Priestess, this is someone who keeps their mouth quiet. For some of you, you've been going through something and you haven't really been telling anyone, or it's just been you and the other party going through it. But the High Priestess is someone who, they don't really seek advice from anyone else. And when something really profound is happening, they tap within. You see, she's getting intuition directly, and her third eye is glowing. So for some of you, I really believe that this is a time when you're really gonna tap in. And like I said, I do see for some of you, you're very, very intuitive. For some of you, your gifts could be unlocking as well. Let me get a clarifier for the Three of Pentacles and the Temperance. Beautiful. Six of Pentacles. Equal give and take. Equal give and take. This is you now coming out of a situation that was very, very hard. And you've realigned yourself. And now you're kind of learning how to get back out there, but also not depleting you, okay? For some of you, if this has to do with relationships, And maybe you've gotten out of a relationship and you're trying to figure out, am I still relationship material? For some of you, this does have to do with health as well. You've beat some sort of health issue or health scare, and now you're learning to take care of yourself. You do want to go back out there, but you don't want to give too much of yourself like before, because you knew what would happen when you gave too much of yourself. You kind of drew back in, and then you had to kind of almost like repair, rehabilitate yourself. And I do see for some of you, you did this by yourself. If not by yourself, you had the help of someone else, but it wasn't broadcasted. For some of you, I think you were suffering in silence for a long time, and you really had to go within, and now you're feeling like your best self again. But with this intimidation, it's kind of like, you know, I don't want to put my foot back out there and possibly end up in the same situation again. I don't want to, you know, just go back out too fast. Let's go ahead and get some Akashic oracles here and see what we have for you. You know, when you're going through something by yourself and you feel like you have no one else to turn to, or you feel like you've just made a breakthrough, it is hard to kind of get back on your feet again. It's even hard to share those things as well. And I think for some of you, you're learning now how to balance self-love and learning when to pause when you need to pause. You're learning not to give so much of yourself. You're learning when to give when it's needed and to pull back when you need to. 3 of Pentacles is working with a team, but Temperance is also letting you know that you have to take care of yourself first too, in moderation. It has to be a balance. She's balancing the cups. She's pouring into her own cup. So whereas, you know, I see a situation where, if this has to do with work, where you do want to be a team player, and maybe for some of you, you're the one that everyone goes to, yeah, that's great, but learning when to kind of put yourself first. And it has to be equal. It can't just always be on you. You know, why should you always be the one that stays late? Why should you always be the one to pick up the slack for everyone? I think that's what you're learning in May, and I also feel like that can be intimidating. For some of you, I think you are used to maybe just pleasing everyone, and having to say no can be intimidating. But if it starts to take a toll on your mental health or even your physical health, there has to be a point where you have to put a stop to it, or at least pay attention and realize the signs, you know. And one way to do that is meditation, going within, not ignoring messages from your angels, your spirit guides, you know. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and pull an Akashic Oracle card. But I do see for some of you, you were just in a position, and it might have been with this King of Pentacles, but whatever it was, you worked really hard on it. You worked really hard on it. And that can be applied in love, work, finances, but you really worked hard. And now that you've reached the point of your mastery and you've reached the point of your success, you don't want to now give it away. It's almost like, you know, working hard to win the lottery, or working hard to win a large amount of money. And that excitement can almost make you step on your own toes and just start giving all your money away because you're just so happy or so excited. It has to be equal give and take, Libra. It has to be equal. It can't always be you. You know, it has to be reciprocal. Let's see what we have here. Oh my goodness. Self-love. what were we just talking about? Self-love. You are worthy and deserving of all the abundance in the universe. Treat yourself with the love and respect you desire, and others will follow suit. That's what we were just talking about, self-love. Let's get one more. One more. Take a chance. We have self-love and take a chance. It's time to step outside your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm and will begin to attract new results. So self-love and take a chance. Let's go ahead and pull an angel and ancestors oracle to close this out, followed by the message from the book. I think for some of you, you've been, I'm surprised I didn't see the Hermit, but Hermit is also Virgo energy. You guys been in hermit mode. You've kind of been reassessing, rebuilding, rehabbing your life, working on it, perfecting it, tapping in, perfecting your gifts. And now you're ready to go back out there, but you're proceeding with caution. That's what I'm getting. You're proceeding with caution, and like I said, it can apply in any area of your life. If you've just gone over, you know, a relationship issue, you know, or you just switched jobs, or you just, you know, went through a health scare. I see you rebuilding and coming from it anew, but there is some slight intimidation with it. There is some slight, like, cautiousness, you know. You're asking yourself, you know, sometimes when we go through things traumatic, it can kind of chip away at us, and even sometimes give a little bit of self-doubt. But I think what this reading is ultimately saying is that, you know, what you went through doesn't make or break you. You got out of it. What matters now is that you don't let it happen again. You don't deplete yourself anymore. You give yourself self-love, but also take a chance as well. You have the Knight here. Be brave and honest. So let's see what the message for the Knight is. And we'll go ahead and close this out. H-I-J-K. Oh, wow. The Knight. Libra. The energy of respect is important right now. You are being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you are in a space where there's opposition, you're being guided to follow through with integrity. Because even if it seems this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. You are being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice, which is you, Libra. If you are longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back into order, and that you don't need to force anything through with your will. If you have made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. If you're feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. What a beautiful reading, Libra. That's what I have for you for the month of May. If any of these energies resonated in any way, shape, or form, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, take care.